Right, testing, testing. Oh, great. Now that we are done with the first half of the chapter 11, we talk about price control, we talk about quantity control. Now we are going to the difficult part. Okay, so let us be a little bit slower when it comes to this part. Now, in this video, probably maybe two. Let's see whether how fast we progress. Okay, now we are going to talk about per unit tax. Now there are a lot of things going on with per unit tax. So let us start with the very basic operation of per unit tax first. Okay, now here, definition. Remember, per unit tax is a three-part definition. Now first, remember, it is a tax that is imposed on producer, not consumer. Okay, producer， 我哋係講緊收賣嗰個人或者整嗰個人嘅錢。Okay, now what we collect, okay, we collect the same amount of tax for each unit. Now, for example, one of a very good example, plastic bag. 係咪？香港啦，收膠袋稅。Okay, now what happens is that now for one plastic bag, you will have to pay $0.5. Okay, 50 cents. So, because for each unit, the same amount of tax. So what happens? If you buy 2 plastic bags, $1. 3 plastic bags, $1.5. So on and so forth. Okay. Now this is the definition of our per unit tax. Okay. 每一件都係俾咁多錢。Okay. Each of them pay the same amount. Okay. 得唔得？ Here. Now think about it. Why do we have tax? 點解好人好者收佢稅啊？搞乜鬼啊 ？Okay, now think about it. Now there can be several reasons. Okay, now in Hong Kong, two objectives. Now, first objective, obviously, we want to cut down on unhealthy products. 嗰啲唔健康嗰啲 product 啊。Now, for example, in Hong Kong, you will see we have fuel tax. Now, but very funny with fuel tax, right? Now, if you do some search, you will see that in Hong Kong, the unhealthy fuel, I think is the lead. 係咪嗰啲有源汽油啊 ？Okay, for each gallon is 2 point something. Okay, 係嘛？每公升啊收兩個3毫幾咁啦嚇。Now for the healthy ones, the unleaded petrol, the very clean one, actually is zero tax. Okay, so seems to me that Hong Kong, when we have per unit tax, we are targeting those unhealthy products. Okay, 係唔健康嗰啲嘅。Okay, this is the first objective. Now second objective, we are talking about, well, government revenue. 政府想收稅咯，係咪啊？庫房咯，要收稅咯。Okay, so here for government, they will have some revenue into the pockets of the government. Okay, 得唔得啊？原來係咁樣去做啦。Now, demand and supply. Remember, the tax is on producer. 係個 producer 俾人收錢啊嘛，係咪 ？Therefore, remember, demand remains unchanged, but supply would actually decrease. Now, for one good reason, tax. Think of it as a cost. With more tax, the production cost would increase. 係咪？諗得簡單啲。OK， 嗱，收稅唔使講啦，收稅。Now with a tax, obviously, price would goes up. High the price, 係咪啊？收稅 we want to cut down on unhealthy things. Now therefore, with P and Q here, P increases, Q decreases. Therefore, TE we actually do not know. Depends on elasticity of demand. Now, let us pause a little bit. Now, this time you see, I break it down into two, not just total expenditure, but total revenue. Okay, now, remember, we used to say total expenditure is exactly the same as total revenue, right? This is producer, this is consumer, right? We used to say this, but remember, we didn't have tax to begin with. Now let's say I pay $100. Originally, without tax, of course they can receive 100. Now what about this? Because right now the producer they need to pay tax. 佢哋要俾稅啊。In fact, let's say out of the $100, $20 has to be paid to the government as tax. Therefore, finally, after tax, they can only receive $80. OK 係咪得唔得？嗱，消費者俾100蚊，但係佢未必袋得晒啊，係咪啊？因為中間有啲嘢要俾政府啊。OK, so this is the relationship between TE and TR. Now think about it. What happens to total revenue? Now, no need to prove by any mathematics or graph. OK, think in this way. It must decrease. 唔使諗嘅。Must decrease for one good reason. Refer back to the first objective of tax. We want to cut down on unhealthy product in a way that we collect tax on the producer so that they will produce less. 係咪啊？好啦，諗一個問題啦。If after tax the revenue increases, then what happens? 係咪啊？What happens if after tax revenue increases? Then the producer will actually produce more. That doesn't make sense, right? 係咪啊？ Therefore, we know that revenue would drop, so that profit would drop. That would lead to lower quantity to be in line with our objective. 係咪？所以一定係攞咁嘅邏輯嚟諗嘅，唔使諗嗰啲 graph 啊、數學嗰啲 prove 唔到。你 prove 到嘅，不過係數學嘢咯，唔係經濟邏輯咯。Using economics logic, we know that this must be true. Must decrease. Total revenue to seller must decrease. Okay, now let's do it the other way round. Instead of going to the graph, we go to the table first. Let's see how we operate now. Not going to waste your time here. I think you already know the answers for part A. Now part B. Now suppose the government impose a per unit tax of $2 on good Y. Okay, now we need to find a new price, new QT, TE and TR. Okay, now before we can do anything, we need to do something funny with the table first. Now, let's pick out these two columns. 1蚊同2蚊 okay, now translate it into English. It says that at $1 the seller are willing to sell 2 units. At $2 the seller is willing to sell 4 units. This is the original situation. Now the government imposed a per unit tax of $2. 而家係收2蚊稅啊嘛。Okay, so originally $1, 2 units. Because you collect $2 of tax, I need 2 more dollars. Therefore, it will become $3 willing to sell 2 units. $5 willing to sell 4 units. Okay, so let's cross them all out and translate this change into the table. $1, 2 units into $3, 2 units. $4, 6. Wait. Sorry. Here. $4, 4 units, etc. Okay. These two, I don't know. Okay, no, I don't know. These two, I don't know. All right. So under the new situation, you will see new price should be $4, and the new QT, quantity transacted, should be 4 units. Okay, now this is a basic operation. 嗱未做完嘅喎。Now let's look. New total expenditure. Remember, total expenditure is just P times Q would be $16. Okay, now for total revenue to seller, it would be TE minus tax, which would be $16 minus. Now, how much tax are we paying? Each unit $2. How many units are we selling? 4 units. 每件2蚊，我哋賣4件。Therefore, the total revenue to sellers would be $8. OK， 見唔見啊？有分別㗎？見唔見啊？唔同㗎。They are not the same. Total expenditure and total revenue, not the same. Most of the time, they would not be the same. OK, that would be the basic operation using some figurative example. OK， 嗱，我想你記住呢句先。OK， $1 2 units becomes $3 2 units。記住呢句先 ，because we now need to transform this into our graphical representation. OK， 我哋睇睇 graph 啦。OK， now good practice. Again, this is our D1. This is our S1. Now, mark it down. This is our P1 and this is our Q1 original situation. 好嘛 ，mark 咗佢先。Now think about it. 嗱，頭先我哋講咩啊 ？This one, $2 1 unit, right? And let's see. This is $3 4 unit. 係咪啊？唔係$1 2 unit, $2 4 units, right? Now we just say with a tax of $2, it should become something like this. It should become $3 2 units. 見唔見啊？貴咗2蚊。Here also, it should become $4 4 units. 係咪啊？見唔見啊？ Every point of it is shift upward. Therefore, the new supply curve will be like this. And the distance, the shift distance, upward distance, would be the per unit tax. 得唔得啊？就咁樣升咗上嚟啦，好冇 ？Therefore, you see the new price would go up, quantity would go down. Okay, this is the way we draw it. Okay, this is the way we draw it. OK， 得唔得啊？好啦，嗱，煩少少啦，我哋喺呢忽度，我哋再畫個清楚啲俾你啊！你等我一陣啊，我拿本貓紙先。嗱 ，let me further break down the part, the total expenditure and total revenue for you graphically. Okay, here. Yes, right here. Okay, here. Let's do it again. Now, this time, let me draw a little bit cleaner. Okay, 睇住啦喎。This is our P, this is our Q. 嗱，我唔理嗰啲 shift 啊嗰啲咩住啦，好嘛？嗱 ，this is our D1, this is our S1. Now, look at here. P1, Q1. Let's draw this. This is the original TE or TR, okay? TE or TR. No tax, they're the same. Now, the new situation. 頭先我哋講啦。S2 increase, we call this a demand decrease. Okay, we have P2 and Q2. Now, this red rectangle will be our new total expenditure. P 乘 Q 嘛，係咪？ But where is the total revenue? Remember, okay? TE minus tax would be our total revenue. So where is the tax? Now remember, I just said, 我啱啱講咩啊？ The distance between the two supply curve would be our per unit tax. So each unit paid this much tax, and we are selling this much unit, this many unit. This green box, okay, green box would be our total tax. 所以啦 ，TE 減翻 tax, this remaining part, I don't have another card, okay? This remaining part would be our TR2. OK 嗱，對比下啦 ，original TR, this is TR1. The smaller 失察添 TR2. You see, total revenue graphically it must also decrease. OK 得唔得啊？呢個就係我哋攞 graph 嚟到顯示我哋嘅 tax, 我哋嘅 total revenue, total expenditure 啦。Okay, now I know it may be a little bit clumsy, so I suggest if you still don't understand, slow down the video until you truly understand before you move on. Okay, now assuming you are okay with the graph, now we are going to do some examples and probably call it the end for this particular video, okay, on the operation of tax. Alright, now let's see. This one, 1999, okay, 又係啦，我哋嘅99年嘅題目啦。Here, the original situation. Remember, good practice. Always put it here. Originally, $8, 120 units. Okay, originally, 原先嘅。Now, suppose the government imposes a $3 per unit tax on Y. So, remember, what we do, we cross out all the QS. Let's pick this one. Originally, $7 will sell 80. Now, not $7 because $3 tax, $10, 80. So let's find 80, 120, and 1. Let's see, 80, 120, 160. So the new situation would be here. 新嗰個啊 would be $10, 80 units. 得唔得？ Now, new total sales revenue. Now, let us cross out all these answers because this is a bad questions. Okay. Now, when we talk about sales revenue, we should specify whether it's before tax or after tax. But here, no specification. So let's do both. Okay. Now, after the imposition of the tax, the new TE, okay, or TR2 before deduction of taxation would be this guy in red. Would be 800. Okay, now what about net of tax or what we call after tax? 扣咗稅之後呢係幾多啊？ 800 minus, now each unit $3, selling 80 units would be 560. Okay, 560. 見唔見啊？扣稅之後，其實佢剩翻560蚊嘅 ，OK， 剩翻560蚊嘅 ，that would be after tax。OK， 得唔得啊？ So this is how we operate. Now let's do some more example. Some more example here. Okay, now first one is a quota. Now suppose they fix the production quota or at 45 units. 嗱，見嘅 quota 點做啊？嗱 ，quota no need to think. Every QS bigger than 45, cross them out. 45, 45, 45. And the new situation would be here. $15 45 units market price $15 好快係咪 quota now suppose the government uses a unit tax instead of quota to fix at 45 units what does that mean we need of course demand won't change right now we need this guy now this is the original situation 係咪啊畫返出嚟啦 in order for it to be fixed at 45 we need this price at $15 this has to be 45見唔見啊 therefore 原先係幾多啊 originally $9 sell 45 we need this guy to become $15 the tax how much is it $6 unit tax OK 嗱有啲得意啊呢條我覺得個問法倒轉㗎嗱 unlike other questions instead of asking $6 per unit tax they actually ask you how much tax do we need OK so that would be the question a little bit funny but not exactly too difficult now let's see how much more OK now last page for this particular video OK now here 又嚟啦噃 original OK 我哋睇返啦 original situation $30 80 units OK 嗱原先係呢個啦 now the government imposed a per unit tax of $5佢哋而家啦有5蚊啦 so cross out all the QS originally $20 sell 80 now no longer 20 but becomes 25 so you will see 80 now by the same token 80 then the new situation funny right new situation also 80 units $30 no change right no change new equilibrium price inclusive of tax that this means after tax okay inclusive of tax after tax equilibrium price 30 right 咦冇變過喎 now how come now look at the QS again 80 no matter the price 似咩啊 in fact the supply is like this we call this perfectly inelastic now think about it when it is perfectly inelastic by definition can it change now remember by definition doesn't change 係咪佢 by definition 嚟㗎 doesn't change therefore even with a tax here nothing will change because by definition it shouldn't change that's the definition of perfectly inelastic okay nothing change so $30 nothing change okay 嚟啦噃 now two more questions here 好照舊 remember original situation $12 500 units now if the government imposes a per unit tax of $4 now same cross out all the QS now because of time limitation let's do it $4 $10 300 units now we need 14 new situation $14 300 units okay so let's see tax revenue 幾多啊應該係$4 times 300 units it should be 1,200 not 2,000 total sales revenue will drop by now again this should be before tax or let's change it the TE will drop by something let's calculate original TE 6,000 new TE 4200 yes it actually drops by this amount 1800 now you may be asking now what happens to after tax okay let's do after tax would be like this. 4200 minus 1200 is actually 3,000. You know, after tax, it would be dropped by 3,000. 係咪跌好多啊? Okay, so again, this is bad. It means total expenditure. Okay, now in elastic, now how do we check? Now very easy. Okay, very easy. Look at the total expenditure. Now you can, on one hand, you can find the price, calculate the percentage change, find the quantity demanded, and calculate the percentage change. You can do that, but that would be very stupid. Okay, now we do it in a smarter way. We know that, right? This is definitely we know. Now here we also know TE would drop. We also know price increased. How to balance this equation? Q would have to drop more. 係咪跌多啲啊？咦，呢個我哋叫咩啊？ This we call elastic demand, which is makes C incorrect. Now total sales revenue of substitute will drop. 嗱呢個肯定唔係㗎。Okay, now think about it. Now with this product, good X, with good X decreases quantity. Now what happens to demand for other goods? Let's call DY. Okay. Now because it's a substitute, 因為佢係 substitute 嘅關係嘛， so it must increase. With more demand, total sales revenue must increase. P increase, Q increase. 一定升㗎，好嘛？ So D also not correct. Now one more question, and let's call it the end for this particular video. Okay. Now here, table again. Now very standard issue. Therefore, original $5.60 units. It's very standard. The government imposes a $2 per unit tax. So cross out all the QS. 好啊，嗱加2蚊啊嘛 ，30, 40, 50, 60, 70. New situation, $6.50 units. 係嘛？新嘅情況應該係咁樣啦。So the total sales revenue net of tax, meaning after tax. 好啦，要計啦。OK, TR2 will be TE2 minus tax revenue. TE2 will be here, 300, right? Minus each unit $2 per unit tax. We are selling for 50 units, right? Therefore, well, $200. B is the answer that we want. Okay, so this is a better question because they specify whether it's net of tax, after tax, before tax, etc. Okay, so in this video, we talk about the basic operations of per unit tax. Now for next video, we are going to focus on a very clumsy concept we call tax burden. In fact, two concepts. We look at what is tax burden and we look at how tax burden is shared among consumers and producers. Alright, so until then, I'll see you in the next video.